Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Wars the card game.
Truly, this is the World Championships for Star Wars the card game. We are going to be coming into the final match. This is Tom Melucci against David Tietze, and both players are ready to go. David's going to be playing Dark Side, playing his Sith deck. Tom will be playing the Light Side and his Jedi deck. And yeah, both players are ready to go. This is the final match, and they'll be fighting for the championship.
It's very, very exciting. I can't wait to see what's going to go on here. Anyway, for those of you who haven't joined us earlier this evening, my name is Mercedes, and I'm a graphic designer here at FFG, and I am sort of the mommy of all of the LCGs for right now.
And my name's Evan Johnson. I write about a lot of games that we produce, including many of our LCGs. So both players just shook hands. They're ready to go.
And it looks like our schedule is running just a little bit behind this evening, but I'm excited to see the game that these two put together.
Definitely. Important to note, this is a double elimination tournament. Tom is going into this match undefeated. David has taken one loss. He came up all the way through the loser's bracket. So David, to win, has to beat Tom twice. Tom only has to win once in either of those games to take home the championship.
Look at that. Tom is pumped.
Yep. He's been sitting out for the past several rounds. He's just been waiting for the loser's bracket to resolve. So he is on fire. He's ready to go. All right. And there's the objective reveal. All right. So it looks like we've got Council of the Sith, which lets you draw a card on your opponent's turn. Brothers of the Sith, search top cards for a Sith spawn. And Plan of the Prophetess, which reduces the Force icons on enemy characters. Committed to the Force, that is. On the light side, we've got A Hero's Beginning, which gives you cards for your edge battles. The Survivors, which reduces damage dealt to your unique Jedi characters. And May the Force be with you, to remove focus tokens when you're committed to the Force. Dial up to 1, and David's turn.
Okay, we're going to see some deployment here from the dark side. Looks like he's going to start by putting out some resources.
Yep, there's a Dark Temple. Those Force resources are really good. They remove a focus token whenever you win a Force struggle, so they are quite excellent. All right, we've got Gork hitting the board.
Gork!
Yeah, my
hey,
namesake. He's a strong unit. He's elite. He can protect his buddy Pick, and whenever he takes damage, you can return Pick back to your hand if you want to. Also in that deck, importantly, or what he just played rather, is that Telepathic Connection card. That's a zero-cost enhancement. Get Pick targeted strike, and it gives Gork, after he declares an attacker, he can choose an enemy unit. That unit must defend if able. So Gork can kind of pull guys into the attack, and Pick will get targeted strike just to be to be fighting all over the place.
Looks like Yoda just made an appearance there.
Did he? See it. All right, there he is.
Snuck in a corner.
All right, looks like Yoda UC Yoda was played. And just to get Yoda. Fancy little cut there. All right. Tom's going to be drawing up shortly, since I believe he played Yoda UC Yoda before draw phase.
Decisions.
Yeah, looks like he's got a Sulon Sympathizer in hand and a Twi'lek Loyalist, so some cheap little tactics. He's got Luke's lightsaber, but unfortunately no Luke to attach it to. There's a Dagobah Training Grounds. 2 resources open. He's got, looks like a Seeds of Decay and a Heat of Battle in hand. Seeds of Decay could be useful for shutting down Gork and sneaking through with some early objective damage.
So, in your opinion, as you're looking at this, do you know which way the decks would be favored here?
Right. So this is Jedi versus Sith. This is a classic matchup. We've all seen this plenty of times. Jedi has had a huge showing throughout the day, and
yeah,
David has fought his way through countless Jedi decks with this dark side deck. So I think he knows exactly what to expect from Tom's deck. He's played it or an identical clone multiple times. So he's definitely going to know about that. Sith, however, has not had as much of a showing. So maybe Tom's deck is tuned to fight Imperial Navy. Maybe it's just, maybe he's just more prepared to do that. But in any case, we'll have to wait and see how the match turns out.
Starting that edge battle.
Yep, both players playing cards. Seeds of Decay going in, but Dark Side will win the edge battle. It won't matter too much. All of Yoda's combat icons are normal, non-edge enabled. So Gork's just going to get focused right there.
Gork.
No, Gork, no. All right.
Couple damage.
Yep, couple damage on him. And a tactics. Yep.
Poor Gork isn't going anywhere for a minute.
Yep. He'll be able to refresh shortly. And that Sulan Sympathizer's coming in to deal 2 damage to another objective. Yep, looks like he's hitting Brothers of the Sith with that.
So it gives him, does that give him an undefended damage?
Yep. Yep.
Excellent.
Committing Yoda and freeing him up.
And there goes the balance of the Force.
Yep.
Death Star dial goes up.
And you can just see the energy that Tom has in his movements as he's going through this. He's probably just been bouncing up and down, waiting to play.
Oh, he is. He's been very excited. Then I see on the screen his shit there is kind of adorable.
It is pretty adorable. All right, what have we got here? We've got Emperor Palpatine. I saw Darth Vader earlier. We've got Saris. We've got options for days.
Oh, yeah. Lots of goodies over there cooking on the side.
Probably a joke there on the edge. I think I saw that earlier. And Servant of the Dark Side. All right, the Emperor himself hitting the board.
Comes.
Yep. Emperor Palpatine himself. A powerful force to be reckoned with. Pun intended. That's what they pay me for.
All your puns.
Yep.
Oh, you're so punny.
Well,
See, I made another pun there because that
it was kind of forced,
done
you
to
know.
death. We do,
All
we do what
right.
we can, and then we move on.
Taking the Force with Palpatine, refreshing with Dark Temple, drawing from Council of the Sith, hitting all his triggers there. Good man. Yep, discarding the Loyalist and drawing up. He's got Luke, he's got Kuran, Xi'an training. Ooh, that'll be good. Supporting fire.
Lots of options here.
Yeah, he's got 5 resources. Luke and his lightsaber, always a tempting combination. He could use the Sulan Sympathizer's resource and play Luke or Kuran along with Xi'an training.
Okay.
All
There's
right.
Luke.
Luke Skywalker himself,
Ah,
live and in person.
ready to answer a threat from Emperor
Answer the dark side's
Palpatine.
questions. Yeah.
Between him and Yoda, there's no mystery they can't solve.
Yep. So we're going to the conflict phase. All right. Luke is going to attack Planet of the Prophetess here,
Looks like he's distributing that damage.
defending with the Emperor. Yeah, that's what you want to do, you know.
I suppose one of my biggest downfalls as a player is when I try too hard to attack one target and kill it as fast as I can. And
I mean, that has its place for sure. All right. Wow, that's a lot of Force icons on the dark side. Let's see, that is a total of 8, I believe. So he needs a 5 Force icon card in his hand, Tom does, to win this edge battle. Fortunate, because he played on supporting fire. He was betting on winning it. He's just going to let him have it. Palpatine is going to lock some things down. Tom does have a Jedi resource open. He can bring Luke's lightsaber spinning back, but that will only be able to take care of one of those focus tokens that's on him. So that was an excellent edge battle win for David.
okay.
Tom's guys are locked down for now. Yep. Playing Luke's lightsaber. Gonna deal a damage to something.
It's very exciting.
I like to imagine Luke throwing his lightsaber with the Force and then calling it back whenever he gets that loop going.
Like a bright green boomerang. Take some of this. Now I'm taking it back.
All right, damage on Palpatine.
Here we go.
Looks like the Sulon sympathizer might be attacking. David set that objective off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, so Sulon sympathizer going after Council of the Sith. All right, we've got a little tiered steps of objectives now. I like it. Defending with Gork.
Gork.
Running into battle. And we'll go to edge battle now. Throwing in protection from under a hero's beginning.
So Tom still needs 3 objectives in order to win this game. And David, how many more points does he have on the Death Star dial now? Is it still at 3?
He's at 3, yep. All right, 4 on both sides. Dark side will win the edge. He's got a heat and a protection. So he's going to deal a damage. So Sulon sympathizer won't die this turn, but oh, nope, he's going to put it on Yoda. Sulon sympathizer is totally dead.
All right, I'll go to the Force phase. And we'll commit Luke to take the Force.
Yep, committing Luke to the Force in the Force phase.
There we go. Balance of the Force goes back to the light side, preventing the dark side from getting that second tick on the Death Star dial this time.
Yep. So the Death Star is going to go up to 4 right now, as we can see so clearly through our nice new HD cameras.
And David is refreshing.
Yep.
Getting ready for a second round of pain. Well, maybe more rounds, but
hopefully more rounds.
He's bringing the pain all the way.
Yeah. So he's got a Force Stasis and a Force Choke in hand. Force Stasis can be pretty good. Lets you choose a unit which cannot attack or defend for the round. Drawing into some chuds, Heat of Battle, Dark Temple. So he's got the more resources. More resources, more problems. No one says that. Resources are always good.
I was going to say, I was like, wait a minute. Is this like winning the lottery and then...
Yeah, no. You always want more resources. Sometimes there are too many resources. That's a fact. But
only if you can't spend them.
that is true.
If you're doing it right, you know how to spend your resources.
Yep.
Decisions.
Playing out a Kuwati security team. Just a little vanilla guy. David wishing he could take that back, but decided not to.
What to do.
All right, just going to the Force. Taking it over. Drawing from Council. He's got 5 resources open right now. Enough for any number of nasty Jedi or nasty dark side tricks. Discarding Xian training to draw on Tom's side. Gets a good assortment of guys. Force Rejuvenation, that can be useful. That can essentially allow a unit to strike twice, remove all damage, all kinds of good stuff. He's got a target in there. Give him that extra damage on the objectives.
Okay, which way is he gonna go?
That Outer Rim Mystic could be very useful to help protect against all of Palpatine's tactics.
Be a good way to soak it up for sure.
Yep. And you could even give it the Nemon training and make it elite. Playing another Sulon sympathizer.
A little resource exchange there.
Yep. And an Outer Rim Mystic. Yep. He's going to make Luke elite. He's already elite, but it's another enhancement on him, which he can use to damage.
Palpatine.
He can discard it to strike again.
Just a slip.
And he's still got quite a bit in hand for the edge.
Conflict?
Going now ahead to the conflict phase.
Stasis.
Stasis, yeah. Money. Luke cannot attack this turn. That is going to be excellent. That's stalling out Tom here. Tom still has destroyed no objectives. Only 3 damage done up there. Death Star Dial is only at 4 though. We'll see if he wants to attack with any of his other guys.
These decisions get tougher and tougher as you go in. I mean, a lot is riding on this for these guys.
Oh yeah. If Tom wins this game, he's world champion. But he does kind of have the comfort of knowing that he can lose this game and
Still have a shot at it
still
again.
have a shot. Yeah, yeah. Got a little bit of a blanket there. All right, Yoda going in.
See what you got, little guy.
At Council of the Sith. Defending with Gork and the Kuwati security team.
Can Gork and the Quadi security team really stop Yoda? We're about to find out.
We are about to find out.
Looks like Gork can still take 2 damage without before he's out of this game, right?
Right, that's correct, and that's important. In case there are going to be some damage shenanigans going on.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the edge battle now. Now, I believe David has a heat in hand.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that.
twist. Twisting that target away. I believe he has a heat in hand. So if he wins the edge with that, he could just kill Yoda here before Yoda even gets a chance to strike.
Oh,
All right, and there's that heat I was talking about.
yep.
So that's going to be Yoda down for the count unless Tom has some shenanigans. He does have Force Rejuvenation.
Yes, I will prevent it with the survivors. Okay?
Yep, so the damage is prevented actually. That's right, I forgot that the Survivors was out there. So the damage will be fine.
I think I have an action.
Shooting Luke for 2 damage.
I'm going to force rejuve him so he doesn't die.
Played Force
Ah.
Rejuvenation on Yoda.
Little guy sticking around.
Yep.
Stop action. Yep.
David thinking about actions he might want to take. So he's playing Force Choke.
Another
Dealing 1 to
damage back
Yoda.
on Yoda, yep.
Alright, I'm going to 4 unit damage.
Wow.
All right. Taking out the Kuwati security team. Doing 1 damage to the objective. And we'll see where that tactics goes.
Possibly Palpatine if I want the force. I'm Palpatine.
Going it on, putting it on Palpatine.
Engagement will end.
Gonna hold control of the Force, or take control of it rather.
Outer Rim Mystic. Council is the only thing I've engaged, right? We'll go brothers.
Outer Rim Mystic going against Brothers of the Sith. Very interesting how
For 2.
aggressively this Jedi deck is playing versus David's deck of last game, whereas David had to sit back and control
Yeah.
for a lot of this. Tom is able to go on the offensive.
That's sort of where you need to be in it with a Jedi deck. You gotta get after those objectives if you have any hope of winning.
Yep. All right. So dial up to 5. David refreshes everything. He has a lot of resources here. He's going to be in a full new hand. 2 Sith libraries, 2 Sith apprentices. Ooh, Darth Vader. And Force Choke. That's about right.
Seem to complement each other pretty well.
Yep. Sith library. Those Sith, they love to hit the books.
That's how they get all those resources.
Yeah.
Play their big baddies and take over everything.
So he is going to search the top 5 cards of his deck for a Sith spawn card. Wow, that's really hard to say. Hasn't drawn any yet. Oh, last card. Oh, no Sith spawn. Nope. He was, I'm sure, looking for pick. Gork and pick together are really good. And if you have the resources to spare, why not?
Looks like the judge is making a call on something there. Giving some advice.
Yep. Still, top 5 is only 10% of your deck, and very easily could not be any Sith spawn cards in there.
It's pretty apropos that they got the trophy out there on the table,
Yeah.
dangling that carrot. No
Definitely.
pressure, guys. No pressure.
Yeah, you just get to win this awesome plaque. All right, there's Vader,
Dun, dun,
the
dun.
big man. Vader, Palpatine, and Gork hanging out. Like you know they did.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like how thematic this particular match is. You know, the pure Jedi versus the Sith. And
Oh, yeah.
it's nice to actually see the units out there like Vader and Luke Skywalker and Yoda and the Emperor
Yeah.
just going toe-to-toe.
Yeah,
It feels a lot more thematic than, you know, girls leaping off the planet to smack down a spaceship.
this is totally true. Yep, dark side versus light side, the ultimate showdown.
One card. Well, one card here, one card.
Dun, dun. All right. What is Tom gonna do now?
We'll see if David wants to go to conflict at all. He might. All right, attacking with Palpatine. Going after the survivors. We'll see if Tom wants to declare any defenders.
I will defend with the Mystic.
Okay, defending with the Mystic.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, edge battle.
Yep. Playing into it.
Oh,
David wants to just burn a lot of these cards. They weren't really the greatest. He's got 2 for edge. Yep, way more on the light side.
so
That outer rim mystic.
Tom's got edge.
Yep. You know, sometimes it happens.
Pretty sure the Emperor did not see that one coming.
I mean, I would not have seen that one coming if I were a Lord of the Sith.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I only run this galaxy, and you just come at me with this little guy?
Yeah.
2 cards in hand out.
Let's see what he just drew into. He's got that force choke from before. Tom drying up. Dagobah Nudge, Kuran, more Nemon training. Speeder bike. I am a Jedi. All kinds of good stuff. Looks like Tom has a. Yeah, it's hard to call who's in the lead. Tom has not yet destroyed any objectives. Dial's at 5.
He's got a little bit of damage out there, but
Yeah,
I don't know if it's quite balanced, quite even.
right. He's got a nudge, which can push the dial back down. But of course, it can just be answered by a force choke. Thinking hard about what he wants to do.
A lot of decisions to be made, though.
Yeah.
And they matter. They matter in this round. They matter big.
Yep.
This Tom could walk away the world champion.
Yep.
I am a Jedi.
Yep. So he's playing I Am a Jedi
King Gork.
right on there. He's going to deal a damage to Gork, who's now only 1 damage away from death. And he's got a Heat of Battle in hand, which could prove essential when you're trying to get a pesky Sith spawn brute out of your way.
Oh,
Kuran coming out. He can protect characters, and
I'm not stacking.
Wait.
Jedi everywhere.
when he takes damage from protect, he can deal it as objective damage to the opponent's objectives, which is quite good. Speeder bike. That's got the tactics you need. Things definitely look much better for the light side after that deployment.
Yeah. A lot going on for Luke right now.
Double send. Oh, no, got it. Conflict. Yep. Yep. Force stasis, Luke. Perfect. Yeah.
All right, playing force stasis on Luke there, holding him down for another round. Those force stasises have been incredible for David. Probably single-handedly saved his objectives a couple times.
Luke, you want to attack so bad. You want to.
Tom's all frustrated.
Yoda at council.
Yeah.
Really wants to get Luke to move there.
Yeah, I mean-
Unfortunately, he's stuck.
Look at him, he's got all those enhancements. He's a Jedi, he's got a lightsaber. He's got some Nemon training. He's raring to go. Looks like Yoda's going after Council of the Sith down there.
Yep. So far, Tom hasn't destroyed any objectives, so even though he's got some damage out there, he doesn't have anything solid and in the bag yet. And that Death Star dial keeps moving up.
Yep.
Vader, I'll put one blast on the objective and then unopposed.
All right, so it looks like that just went unopposed.
And that conflict.
4 damage on Council.
Speeder bike at the middle objective.
Speeder bike's going in, trying to drop some more tactics down.
Okay.
Gork defends.
Ooh,
You have one card.
painting on the edge on this. That could be. Could that be it for Gork?
Nope, the
Nope.
speeder bike doesn't have any. Oh, yep, he's got the Heat of Battle. You're right. There he is. Goodbye, Gork.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Poor Gork.
Gonna take out Brothers of the Sith on unopposed. Bunch of tactics on Vader.
Oh, he's gonna be buried for a second.
Yep.
All right. So Tom made his move, and he's got 1 destroyed objective there.
Yep. He's got a definite opportunity here. Sending in the last 2 yet.
Okay.
Go try and
Vader's reaction will still go to Q1.
All right.
Yep,
Looks
using
like
the
he's
choke.
Yep.
3 total.
And dealing 3 total damage.
Pass
Wow.
the force phase. Take the force.
That was a pretty big move. Because that now both of the remaining objectives have quite a bit of damage on them. So if he can sneak in those last few little points, he might have this game in the bag.
Yeah. Yep. Tom is very, very close to victory here. David's Council of the Sith, lowering the cost of Sith events. All right, what's he got? A Royal Guard, Force Choke, Emperor Palpatine again, Twist of Fate, Force Lightning. Oh man, he's just drawing some good cards. Vader's lightsaber. It'd be nice if Vader was unfocused.
And look. on 2 of the Sith forms. I thought you were playing 1. Until that second Force Stasis.
Wait, what the hell?
It's pretty good. It's a good card.
All right.
All right,
Alpha's
Emperor
also a
Palpatine
good
hitting the
card.
board.
So just to refresh my memory, in Star Wars, the card game, when a unique unit is killed and put into the discard pile, he's still allowed to bring out another one as long as there's not 2 in play at the same time. Is that correct?
That is correct. This isn't like a Game of Thrones a card game when something is dead, it stays dead forever. No, these great personages like Palpatine, you can never be really sure that they've been defeated. So he disappears, but then yeah, he can come right back if you draw him again. So we've got Palpatine and Vader facing off against a lot of Jedi.
It's a trap.
That's just like how it was since forever.
Yeah, you got Vader and Palpatine.
There can
They-
only be 2.
They ain't scared.
They might be a little scared.
Yeah. In contrast to the last game we watched, the Jedi actually have quite a bit out on the board when the dark side is working off the 2 main guys there now.
Yep. Force Lightning taking out Yoda.
Ah.
Yep. All right, Palpatine committing to the Force, taking it back to the dark side. Drawing from Council, another Force Lightning, and he does have the resources to play that. That
That could hurt.
yeah, that could be pretty good.
I will discard this, draw 5.
All right, he's drawing back up. Got red 5 there for some good objective damage. Oh, and Lars, Force Rejuvenation, which you can use to double strike. This is pretty good for Tom when he has so little damage. We know that David's out of Force Stasis. He used both of them. Vader's locked down. He's not running Mara Jade, so he doesn't have Rage or anything like that. It's just Palpatine.
Think this is a tough call for Tom, or is there anything in his hand that just is standing out as this is the decision to make?
I think he wants to say, like, he has to save enough to win the edge is the thing. You don't want Palpatine locking down your crucial attacker right before you seal the win. So that Outer Rim Mystic is going to help with that. He might want to drop down red 5, get that last bit of black objective damage on the board.
Yeah. Red 5 is standing by.
So true. He's got unfinished business in hand, which he can use to grab a Jedi unit from his discard pile. I don't really see any prime options in there right now, but David sitting with his Force Lightning.
Just by looking at that card, it doesn't look like anything you'd actually want in your life. Nothing good is going to come of that if
Yeah.
you're on the other end of that.
Yep, you don't want to deal with Force Lightning.
No.
All right, there it is, red 5. Just a lot of objective damage.
Yep. Swooping in there.
Oh, and
Trying
he's
to get
even
those
got
points.
protection in his hand.
The Speeder Bike and Luke Skywalker will attack Council of the Sith.
All right, those 2 guys going after Council of the Sith. Defending with Palpatine, as he must.
Yes.
He's got edge 1.
I will pass with edge 1.
Yep, passing as Tom says, playing into it.
Now, there was still a twist of fate floating around out there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there is. I believe David had one in his hand. So we'll see if that makes an appearance. Yep, twist of fate. Twist away that protection, which is good.
Now we'll pass the headshot.
I still think this game is about to be decided in Tom's favor, though.
It is looking that way.
Yep. There's just too many threats on the board. I suppose if he can lock down this... No, he's got the resources for Force Rejuvenation saved, so yep, this is almost undoubtedly the game for Tom.
Yep, because even after this one is resolved, Palpatine's going to be focused, Vader's going to be focused, and anything that Tom has left to sweep in there is going to be considered undefended and can finish off that last objective.
Yep.
3 total.
Total of 3 against a total of 5. Speeder bike leaves play. So we'll see what happens. Gonna strike first here.
2 to Luke.
Hey, Luke's taking a couple
Yep.
damage.
Dropping 2.
Or, I'm sorry.
Tactics.
Tactics,
Yep.
right?
Okay, so 2 will go on Luke. The red 5 one will go here.
Yep. So 2 on Luke,
I'll take an action.
and 1 gets absorbed by
Still in combat.
Outer Rim Mystic.
So force rejuve Luke,
Playing Force Rejuvenation while in combat.
and then I will strike
Yep. And Luke strikes.
for 4 damage and the objective for 1.
Yep.
Oh,
This is the game.
there it goes.
There goes Palpy.
Uncle Palps.
No. Yep.
All right,
And
here it is.
there's just the last thing.
attack. Undefended damage.
Yep, they're playing it
And-
out like
yep.
champs.
And with all that damage from red 5, there's no hope of survival, is there? What's he got there?
He's got Force Lightning there.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right.
Man, that was a good game.
There's the game.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Tom
Tom Melucci is the
Yeah.
new world champion for Star Wars The Card Game.
Congratulations, Tom. David messing with him a little bit right there at the end with the Force Lightning, making him think that he had some kind of crazy response.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Making sure his endocrine system is working correctly.
Yeah. Huge congratulations to Tom Melucci, our new reigning world champion of Star Wars: The Card Game. Congratulations also go to David Tietze, making it to second place out of this huge competitive field is no small accomplishment.
No, that is a lot to hang around your neck at the end of the night.
Excellent play.
Wow. So, there you have it. We thank you very much for joining us for this World Championship event for Star Wars: The Card Game. And tell you what, I had a lot of fun and hope to do it again.
Definitely.
Awesome.
We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Have
watching.
a great night.
Hello. Welcome back. We've just concluded the finals of the Star Wars: The Card Game World Championship for 2015. I want to congratulate our finalist, David, and present him with the runner-up award, this incredible art print. If you want to show that to the camera there, perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Evan's going to ask you some questions about how you got here.
Hey, David. So you played a lot of games today. What do you feel was some of the most important cards in your deck that helped you get all the way here to second place?
Well, it really kind of depended on what I was playing. You know, there was a lot of diversity, and so there were things like, you know, the rebel ships. So, you know, I wanted to be more aggressive with my dark side versus being more passive. You know, and so it really kind of varied on the opponent. But you know, it was a great run. I really enjoyed the whole experience, and you know, first off, hats off to Tom, man. He did a great job. Played really well. He looked great. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose the factions that you did for this tournament? I noticed a lot of players were running Imperial Navy and you were running Mono Sith. Could you explain that a little bit?
I love Sith, man. You know, that's a part of the game, right? You got to play it for fun. Yeah. And Sith's my favorite faction, so I'll play it.
Well, that's excellent. Congratulations on second place. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
All right. And now we're here with our 2015 World Champion of Star Wars the Card Game, Thomas Melucci. On behalf of Fantasy Flight Games Organized Play, congratulations. You won soundly. It was incredible. I'm going to have Evan ask you some questions about how you accomplished such an amazing feat, but congratulations again.
Congratulations, Tom. Let me be one of the first to say. So you played a ton of games today. How did you keep your stamina up while you were just playing through all of this stuff?
It was the hype. It was just, I was up here all day. Yeah. I had to wait 2 hours. I didn't play a single game. I had to keep moving. Yeah.
What about the factions that you played? Why did you choose to play those?
I was going to play Navy up until about 9 o'clock the morning of the tournament, and I was like, I'm a Sith player, so I switched to Black Sun Sith last minute, and it did work.
Was there anything in your decks that really surprised your opponents that let you gain the upper hand when they didn't see it coming?
Most people weren't expecting Red 5 in the Jedi. The dark side, I mean, like, if you caught somebody that didn't understand how Guri worked, it did Guri things, but yeah, it was excellent. Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for the card you're going to design?
Absolutely not. That was so not even there yet, but I will.
Well, huge congratulations to you, reigning world champion. Let's hear it for him once more.